Hi, my name's Tom Elliott and welcome to another financial markets update for Hodges Real Estate. Well, since last time we spoke, politically speaking, the world has become a much less certain place. First, we had the shock vote by British voters to leave the European Union, aka the Brexit. Now, this went against the established order. Most political leaders in Britain said no, stay in Europe. Anyway, the die is now cast. Probably this will put Britain into a recession. It doesn't have a lot of direct ramifications for Australia, but it does show how uncertain the world can be. Also, of course, many US voters think that Donald Trump could be the next president of America. Again, this is a shock to the established order. We'll have to wait and see at the end of this year when the presidential election takes place. And also, what about Australia's own election? The coalition went in thinking that it would almost certainly retain power. The count of votes took almost a week. Malcolm Turnbull has recorded a very, very narrow victory. He's going to end up with a Senate which is even more difficult than the Senate from the previous parliament. This is going to make life difficult for the Liberal Party. So what does it mean as far as economic policy goes? Well, had Labor won, they wanted to rein in negative gearing. The coalition said no way, so I would say that our negative gearing system in this country, whereby you can deduct property losses against other income, will remain in place for the time being. However, the coalition did say it would fiddle with super. It's probably costed a lot of votes, but I'd say changes to superannuation are still very much on the cards. Now, globally, interest rates are very interesting right now. Two different forces going on. One is with all the uncertainty, probably we'll see some more cuts in interest rates globally. So that's, I guess, good news for property investors. However, on the more negative front, S&P, or Standard & Poor's, has put the Australian banks and indeed the Australian government on a negative credit watch. This raises the prospect of Australia's AAA credit rating being cut, and if that occurs, we'll see the credit rating of our major banks being cut as well. This could, in the long run, lift financing costs for Australian property buyers. However, property is seen as a safe haven in times of uncertainty, and indeed clearance rates here in Melbourne over the past few weeks have averaged around 75%. They've just been sailing along as though all this uncertainty simply wasn't taking place. So it's an uncertain time. People are still buying. For the time being, interest rates remain cheaper. And remember, if you're thinking about buying or selling a property, either as your principal place of residence or as an investment, don't hesitate to contact your local Hodges office. Their assistance can only add value to the process. For more information, go to hodges.com.au. Thanks very much for your company, and we'll do it again next month.